The following podcast, DEFCON America, is brought to you by me, Michael Krychiw, and guess what? None of it is real. A.R Rutherford is completely made up. This is all a complete work of comedic fiction and not meant to inspire any of you crazy motherfuckers living in crazy motherfucker white people land, okay? Outer space is the greatest lie that the government has ever told. We've all seen the Truman Show, brother. We all know it's a fucking roof. Have you ever met an astronaut in the real life? I'm like Alex Jones, but for people who believe that dead kids are real. This ain't a drill. It ain't no war game. I'm here to broadcast my podcast on the online. I'm A.R Rutherford, and this is DEFCON America. Get to the Freedom Bunker! Live from my Freedom Bunker, somewhere off the grid in the middle of the shit. It's me, A.R Rutherford. Thank you for listening to DEFCON America, the very first episode. So crack open an MRE, grab some more non-perishables. This is gonna be a hell of a good time. DEFCON America is brought to you by audiobooks, because fuck paper! What is a space roofer? Do we put shingles on the moon? Hell no. The moon ain't real, and neither is outer space. Where do spaceships go? Well, if you can even call them that. These special planes dock on the roof of the earth, wasting taxpayer money, controlling the weather and whatnot, and turning everyone vegan, with vegan controlling chemicals. You know, I went on a walk one day, and I found myself almost enjoying a vegan hot dog. I know you're frightened, but I kinda liked it. I was scared as shit, and I ran back home, and I locked all my doors and my windows, and I haven't left my apartment in a fucking week. Now you're probably wondering, A.R, why do you need a podcast? Well, I'm a space roofer, and I want to raise a space roofer army by delivering the truth. And it all started one day when I was making my usual rounds, wandering around aimlessly, drunker than a skunk at Walmart after last call. You know that time of the night when you're drunker than shit and the fluorescent Walmart lighting bounces off the white floor, making the Tire and Lube Express department feel like heaven? Ooh. Well, after delivering the truth to one of the overnight stock employees, thank you, Rebecca, she told me to just leave, go away. The thing you want ain't out yet. It's still in the box. Stop bothering me before I have to call the 911. Why don't you just go take your crazy ideas and just go talk to yourself at home? Because you're the only one who wants to hear your shit. And that was a sign from the good Lord above telling me, A.R. Augustus Rutherford, you need to make yourself a podcast and deliver the truth. Now you're probably wondering, or maybe not, that's just how I start all of my paragraphs. You're probably wondering, Mr. Rutherford, what is your origin story? Did you fall into a vat of shit, or did you get bit by a spider? And I'll tell you you're wrong on both accounts. Listen here. When I was a boy in the west side of Jacksonville, Florida, I loved model rockets. Long before I learned to play with my own rocket. Come on, you saw that dick joke coming, who didn't? I believed in feel-good childhood lies like outer space. Little A.R. knew that if he worked hard making lemonade and fixing bikes, he could earn enough money and buy a model rocket worthy enough to blast off into the outer space. Well, he saved up and bought a big old summabitch model of the Fat Boy atom bomb from World War II. Well, little A.R. loaded it with engines. He was going to be the first kid astronaut from West Side Jacksonville, blasting off into the Narnia-type fantasy world of outer space. Now, I'm sorry for getting a little weird and talking about myself in one of the persons, whether it's second or third, or maybe fourth. But I'll just talk about myself from now on. Well, anyway, as smoke bellowed from that rocket that I launched, I was happier than shit. Like I found Mario Kart cheat codes on the long piece of paper that came with the Fruit Roll-Ups. Boy, I miss those days. Unfortunately, my rocket hit the roof of outer space, and it came back down. And I cried tears as I learned that that was the day that my parents had lied to me. Space ain't real, and neither are my dreams. You see, boys and girls, space is a lie that parents tell their children to spice up their childhood with hopes and dreams. I decided to put away childish things like space and dedicated my life to finding the truth so that no other little boys and little girls could be lied to ever again. Well, one day my daddy came home from the movie gallery with a videotape. Now, for those who don't know, movie gallery was Blockbuster for fucking poor people. Well, my daddy brought home a copy of that Jim Carrey movie, The Truman Show. And I confirmed that the sky is a roof and not a soundstage at Universal Studios Hollywood. Yep, outer space is a fucking roof. And that, boys and girls, men and women, and all y'all in between, that was the day that I became a space roofer. And today, America, you, listening at home, are now part of the space roofer movement. What's on the other side of the roof? Well, we won't know until God or the government wants us to know. Now, America, I have some disappointing news. My special guest canceled on me. We were going to have like a really good 3 to maybe 4 hour Joe Rogan type conversations, but apparently my special guest doesn't want to be on my show. He threatened legal action if I mentioned his name, but they work for the Space Illusion, making sure the timer controlling the light show on the roof of the Earth runs correctly. He didn't want to be any part of this shit. He didn't want to be part of the truth. He didn't want to be part of the movement. We could have blown open this whole space illusion like that woman did for Scientology. Maybe another day, America. Maybe another day. Unfortunately, because I don't have a guest, I have to wrap shit up. And that's all the time we have here since I don't have a guest today. Tune in next week when my buddy, Crazy-Eyed Chris, an undefeated Waffle House parking lot fighting champion, talks about maybe joining the UFC and going pro. I'm A.R. Thank you kindly. Thank you for listening to the pilot episode of DEFCON America. DEFCON America is brought to you by fast food restaurants that are not open for 24 hours a day. Fuck you.